It was a tense night in Ouagadougou. Captain Ibrahim Traoré, leader of Burkina Faso, sat alone in his office at the presidential palace. Around him, scattered across the desk, lay confidential documents outlining an imminent threat to the government. The nation's security hung by a thread, and he knew that one wrong decision could be catastrophic. Suddenly, the door creaked open. His assistant Marie stepped in, her face pale, eyes serious. In her hands, she held a sealed envelope. "Mr. President," she said quietly, her voice strained. "This just arrived. It's urgent." Traoré took the envelope, his fingers hesitating, for a moment before breaking the seal. Inside was an intelligence report. Thorough, chilling. It revealed a conspiracy to overthrow the government. As he scanned the names of the alleged traitors, one struck him like a blow to the chest. Amadou Diallo, his childhood friend, his brother in everything but blood. Traoré's heart clenched. Amadou wasn't just an ally. He was a part of his past. They had grown up together in Bondoukou, sharing dreams, hunger, hope. When Traoré rose to power after the Ouagadougou coup, he had offered Amadou a strategic post in the new government. He had trusted him, believed in him, and now, betrayal. "This can't be true," he muttered, eyes fixed on Amadou's name. Marie remained silent. She knew the depth of the bond between the two men. "Sir," she asked softly, "should we mobilize security forces?" Traoré shook his head. "No, I'll handle this myself." Against the advice of his generals, Traoré made a bold choice. He would travel alone to Bobo Dioulasso, where Amadou was reportedly coordinating the plot. "Mr. President," General Cabaret warned, "this is extremely dangerous. We don't know how many are involved." "I'm not going to fight," Traoré replied calmly, adjusting his military jacket. "I'm going to understand, to resolve this, as a brother, not as an enemy." The journey was long and silent. Traoré drove himself, lost in memories, laughter, late-night talks, shared visions of a better Burkina Faso. Could that same man really be plotting against him? In the outskirts of Bobo Dioulasso, he found the modest house where Amadou had last been seen. He knocked. The door opened slowly. It was Amadou. "Ibrahim?" he asked, stunned. "What are you doing here?" Traoré stared at him. "I should be asking you that, brother. Why?" Amadou stepped aside, gesturing for him to enter. The room was humble. On the wall, old photos, one of the two of them as boys, smiling in dusty school uniforms. "You know why I'm doing this," Amadou said at last, sinking into a chair. "Our people are suffering. You've been too focused on the big picture, Ibrahim. You stopped listening." Traoré's frustration boiled beneath the surface. "I never forgot the people. I grew up with them, same as you. But a coup? That won't solve anything. It'll only tear us apart." Amadou looked away. The weight of guilt was visible in his eyes. "I just wanted to help," he whispered. "But no one listens to me. Not even you." Traoré moved closer, placed a hand on his friend's shoulder. "If you want to help, then stand by me. Let's rebuild this country together. Not with weapons, but with purpose." There was silence. Then, tears began to flow down Amadou's cheeks. "I was wrong," he admitted. "But, can I still fix this?" "Yes," Traoré nodded. "We all make mistakes. What matters is what we do next." Back at the palace, the atmosphere was tense. Ministers and generals awaited the president's return. "Mr. President," General Cabaret said, "should we detain the conspirators?" Traoré exhaled deeply. "Amadou confessed," he said, his voice resolute but heavy. "But he wasn't driven by greed. He believed he was helping our people." The room fell silent. Many expected retribution. Few expected grace. "I've known him since we were boys," Traoré continued. "He believed in me when I had nothing. I won't cast him aside like a criminal." The Minister of Justice stepped forward. "With respect, sir, this may be perceived as weakness. If we don't punish him, others may follow." "I understand," Traoré replied. "But leadership isn't just about punishment. It's about restoring what's broken and building bridges." He announced his decision. Amadou would be removed from his government post and reassigned to work directly with rural communities. To contribute, to rebuild trust, to serve. Some applauded the compassion, others remained skeptical. But Traoré had made his choice. The next day, Amadou arrived at the palace, humbled, remorseful. "Ibrahim," he said, voice trembling, "I don't know if I deserve your trust." "No one is born trustworthy," Traoré replied, placing a hand on his shoulder. "But everyone deserves a chance to earn it." Later that night, Traoré wandered alone through the palace gardens. His thoughts drifted to the days of youth, to the dreams he once shared with Amadou. "How can I lead my people?" he whispered, gazing at the stars, "if I can't forgive my own brother?" Marie approached quietly with a cup of tea. "Mr. President," she said gently, "you look tired. Can I help with anything?" He smiled faintly. "Marie, do you ever feel like doing the right thing is harder than doing what's easy?" "Yes, sir," she replied. "But that's why people follow you, because you choose the hard path when it matters most." The following morning, Traoré summoned his cabinet. "Amadou's case is not isolated," he said firmly. "There are others who must be stopped. But we will act with justice, not vengeance." A plan was set. The conspirators would be arrested and tried, but those who showed genuine remorse would be given a second chance, as Amadou had been. Traoré then traveled to the rural heart of Burkina Faso to hear from the people directly. In a small northern village, he met a woman named Fatou, whose husband had died in past unrest. "Mr. President," she said, holding a faded photo, "I just want my children to grow up in peace. We don't need riches, just security." Traoré knelt beside her. "You have my word, Fatou. We will fight for your future." A journalist nearby scribbled in his notebook, "Today, in Burkina Faso, I saw a leader who doesn't just govern. He listens. A leader whose strength is in his heart." Weeks later, a celebration was held for the Dignity Through Self-Sufficiency program. Marie was there, coordinating final details, tears in her eyes. Nearby, a young boy named Malik, once sick and hopeless, now smiled proudly, holding a board of photos from the community's new projects. President Traoré took the stage in traditional clothes, humbled. "We're not here to celebrate numbers," he said. "We're here to honor the men and women who build this nation with their bare hands. You are the soul of Burkina Faso." He looked into the cameras, addressing someone far away. "Mr. Trump," he said, "you once called me naive. But I say to you, our naivete is changing lives. Our strength lies in the silent victories of every village that chooses hope." From the U.S., former President Trump watched the live broadcast. In a rare moment of candor, he turned to a reporter. "This guy, he's something special. Maybe I underestimated him." Back in Burkina Faso, Traoré continued his mission. In a small village, he met a child named Mamadou who offered him a handwritten note. "Mr. President," she said, eyes wide with pride, "this is for you, to show we're using what we've been given." Traoré smiled, visibly moved. "You're not just using it, Mamadou. You're proving that when people are given the right tools, they can change the world."